welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Welcome back to the Chance Picture Show for episode 80 of our Madden 22 Philadelphia Eagles franchise. We are in the final trot, guys. We are rounding second, heading for third, episode 80. Only a handful left of episodes, less than a dozen episodes left here in our series. I mean, we're going to probably push out probably to the first week of October. You know, let Madden 23 come out. Let them develop some, you know, let them get an update out. Let some draft classes build. You know, let's do the whole thing so we're not just waiting on everything to come out. Now, taking a look here, taking on the Chiefs here in week 1 of year 5 of this series. I think year 5 we've gone pretty far in this. Year 5 definitely going to be the final season of our Eagles series. So win, lose, or draw, we're gonna end when this season ends. So if we don't make the playoffs, we end there. We win the Super Bowl, we end there. I mean, I think that's a pretty fair way to end off against the Chiefs. Yeah, I think the Chiefs, you know, they're gonna be a little easier for defense, as Dallas Goedert's gonna miss week 1 right now. Spencer Rattler missing one of his best targets, hitting what 953 yards last season for the tight end spot. It's after having what 3,000-yard receivers between Devontae, between Jameson, and between what's his face, Jalen Reagor. Now all three of those guys had 1,000 yards, and then Dallas Goedert had himself 953 yards. So I mean, just because you lose that 953-yard receiver doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet, because you still have, you know, 3 other 1,000+ yard receivers you have to worry about if you're this Chiefs defense. And you gotta know, the Chiefs, they're probably riddled right now with salary cap issues, because you gotta think, hey, they have Patrick Mahomes making $50 million a year. They have Travis Kelce making money. They got Frank Clark still, right? They definitely still have Frank Clark, probably. You know, they definitely have some people just making just way too much money that are gonna end up hurting this team in the long run. Frank Clark, not Frank Clark, it's something Jones, Chandler Jones, maybe? I don't know, 95 right there. Could possibly be very expensive, making like $15 million a year. But you got to think, Patrick Mahomes, he needs his weapons. They definitely still have Tyreek Hill, you know, because this isn't real life. You can't trade for Tyreek Hill in Madden, you know, yeah, in Madden. But Deuce Staley taking on former head coach Andy Reid. They played together. Reid coached Deuce at one time in their careers. So yeah, I think, hey, it's one guy, not the beginning of his career, but one guy close to the beginning, one guy close to the end. You see right here how Spencer Rattler has developed so far. He's at 91 overall. Absolutely going into the prime of his career, as Jack Stoll gets that first down. 18-yard pickup in replacement of Dallas Goedert. 3rd and 10 now. We have Rattler playing that play action, trying to roll around in the pocket, step up a bit, gets sacked by Cameron Jordan. Cameron Jordan right there. Now, Mahomes, of course, 99s across the board. 99, 99, 99, 99. Mr. 99 Club right here, Patrick Mahomes. 2nd and 2. Fletcher Cox bullies that guard. Kelce makes a man miss, and then needs Avante and Greedy Williams take him down. 2nd and 6. Come on. Let's get a stop right now. Let's get a big sack. Offensive lineman got bullied. Mahomes, of course, doing some dumb Mahomes nonsense. Penalty on the play, though. They're going to say roughing the passer. Dude's out of the pocket. How do you get a roughing the passer when the quarterback is out of the pocket? That's awful. Awful penalty right there. Thibodeau just bullying that tackle. Doesn't matter. That's going to be a touchdown for the Chiefs. It's just, it's not going to be a fun defensive game right here for either team, honestly. But Chiefs go on the board first. And there you go. Nice first down, check down to Jack Stoll. 3rd and 3 again. It's going to be a handoff to Sanders, and Sanders finds a hole, and he punches his way through it. 3 carries, 15 yards for the best running back in the NFL. As Rattler rolls out right, he's got himself a wide open Jameson Williams, who slides into the end zone for a touchdown, tying this game up 7-all. You'll love to see that right there, as Jameson had a breakout season last year. Now, 2nd and 10. Come on. Thibodeau, we need a sack out of you. That's a very weak offensive line. And Mahomes off to the races. I mean, kind of a late hit by Slay. No flag on the play. Because why would there be a flag on the play? First and 10 now. Cox bullies the guard. Hits Mahomes. Fumbled, picked up by Thibodeau. And tackled by the offensive line. And there you go. Philadelphia's offense definitely is not going to take a step back coming in between last season and this season. One thing that might be a question here is, I don't even want to say the defense, as Hunt scores a touchdown right there. That big tight end wide receiver hybrid. I got to trade Barry to keep on the roster. Now, defense here is going to be a main concern against this Chiefs unit. Chiefs between Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Nicole Harcum, and it's just gonna be a slugfest here in week 1. Got to see 2nd and 3 check downs to Kelce, and Mahomes not really a check down quarterback, but he's gonna do what he has to do to win. And right there in 3rd and 10, he makes a very costly mistake, setting up a field goal attempt here in the 2nd quarter, and a field goal now could definitely make or break this team. And I don't even, that field goal, not good. So not only was that field goal short from like 45 yards, you also give Philadelphia very good pass, very good field position. But after that pass right there to Rager, even better field position off that missed field goal. Now here we go from the 14-yard line. First 10 handoff Sanders. Sanders an X factor. Gonna fight his way up to that 2-yard line. You'll love to see that right there. 9 carries, 55 yards, averaging over 5 yards a carry. And Sanders puts his shoulders down, and he's going to run through that O-line and end up in the end zone. You'll love to see that, making this a 21-7 ball game. 3rd and 8 now for Mahomes. This is a must-score drive for the Chiefs as they are down by 2 scores. Early in this game, Mahomes forced back, throw on the run across his body, sideline, both feet down. Alright, some nonsense right there. 3rd and 7, here we go, come on. It's going to stop, screen pass, no good. Eagles defense holds. Now after a punt, we're going to set up here with a big pass play going deep, sideline caught by the 1,000-yard receiver, Jameson Williams. You'll have to see that for that young wide receiver here. 2nd and 10, rolling out to the left, and a sack right there by Grant Delpit. 3rd and 20, rolling out to the left. Look at that, just instant shed on Malata. Almost picked off, setting up a field goal, but unlike the kicker for the Chiefs, Jake Elliott's got it, making this a 24-7 ball game. Alright, come on. Definitely a drive that's going to knock the Chiefs out of this game if we can get a stop here on defense. Mahomes 14 of 19, doesn't miss many passes because he's not really even going deep. It's between short down runs and short passes that just pick up, 5 yards a carry. So, gotta find a way to stop this Mahomes offense because he's not that, for 99 throw power, he's not really zipping that ball that deep. Gotta think even right here, that's 10 yards, drop pass though, out of bounds, not a great throw, setting up a field goal opportunity from the 55. That's a 55-yard attempt, that's no good. 2 missed field goal opportunities right now for the Chiefs, and they are hurting themselves right now. That is not what you want to do against this Philadelphia offense. You cannot be giving them field position on the 40-yard line on their own side of the field. Sanders makes them pay, flipping the field position down to the 45 now on the Chiefs side of the field. 1st and 10, 2:54 left. Sanders again with that handoff. And he's going to fight himself for about 15 yards. Just under 100 yards here in the first half. You'll love to see that. 2nd and 1 now. Rolling out to the left. Throw on the run. End zone caught by Jameson Williams. Williams out of Alabama. He has found himself a home here in Philly side by side with other Alabama wide receiver Devontae Smith. Now Mahomes' pocket pretty clean right there. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of push, but nothing he can't work with. 2nd and inches now. Throw on the run. Kelce sidesteps Noah Sewell, and he's down at the 37-yard line. 2nd 15. Come on. 56 seconds left. Let's get the sack right there. Let's kill this clock. They're going deep and over the head of Noah Sewell, who's the only deep coverage back right there. Not a play that I understand right there, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire just runs past Noah Sewell, makes this a 14-31 ball game. Now, 45 seconds left. He has plenty of time to score a touchdown, and Jalen Reagor's got himself room to run. He's going to be taken down here at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia, after a timeout, ends up at the 19, 3rd and inches, rolling out to the left. That's going to be a pass to Stoll, foot race. He's going to step out at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal now. There's a free rusher, throw on the run. That's going to be caught in the end zone by Devontae Smith. You'll love to see that. Big boy touchdown for Devontae. That's what you need. 38-14 as Mahomes not going to go down easy. Hit as he's throwing. They're going deep. End zone. That's going to be picked off right there in the end zone by the Eagles. Greedy Williams says no touchdown for you. And Andy Reid, not quite happy here in week 1. You don't like to see that at all. Andy Reid not happy. Big Red looking real red in the face as Deuce Staley definitely out-coaching his former head coach. Philadelphia averaging 6.7 yards on the ground per carry. Miles Sanders, being the best running back in the league for the last 4 seasons in a row. It happens. It happens right there. You just keep dealing. Momentum's on your side. Justin Ross, though, big sideline catch. Mahomes in his X Factor now, which is just going to be disgusting. I mean, Edwards-Helaire gets stopped short. Penalty, though, it's going to be a roughing. Of course it's a roughing the passer call. Everything's a roughing the passer call. It's going to be Fletcher Cox on the roughing, too, which is even more unfortunate. 3rd and 5 now. Come on. Let's get a stop here. Let's get a sack. Force the field goal. Thibodeau hit as he's throwing. That ball is going to be thrown into no man's land. It's going to be like a 35-yard attempt. That kick will be good, though. 17-38 the score is now. So, Chiefs bring themselves back a little bit, but Philadelphia has the ball now. And if they shown last year what they can do, they can kill a clock like no one's business. 3rd and 6, rolling out to the left. There's a free runner there. And that's going to be a catch by Jack Stoll at the 42-yard line. Now, 3rd and 10 again. Play action, rolling out. We have the deep sideline pass, caught, both feet inbound. It's going to be Stoll again down at the 8-yard line. You'll love to see that right there for Jack Stoll. 4th and goal now, handoff to Sanders. Sanders going to be taken out the 1-yard line. Out comes the Chiefs offense. So Chiefs, 2nd and 1 here from the 10. Come on, pass rush, non-existent. Travis Kelce finds himself room to run. And even in his old age, he is still faster than apparently every Eagles defender right now. Everyone's diving for him, can't get him. And that's going to be a 2-play touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. How the hell did that happen? How did Travis Kelce get that open and just avoid everyone? Master Teague in a short down situation gets the 1st down. A big 6-yard pickup when they'll need to. 1st and 10 now. Sanders, play action. Rolling out. And Rattler hit by Diablo right there. Divine Diablo with the sack. Play action to Sanders. That's going to be rolling out. We have our tight end down underneath. That's Jack Stoll with the reception. So Rattler, 335, 4 touchdowns. You'll love to see it. As we are continuing just moving down this field with Jack Stoll yet again. Taking us down inside the red zone. Down at the 20 exactly. Minute 35 left. This Eagles team knows they cannot stop scoring. They cannot go easy on the Chiefs. Because if they go easy on Chiefs, Chiefs can go 1 or 2 drives away from tying or taking the lead. As Devontae extends the lead by 7, making it 45-24. Mahomes still in that X Factor even after throwing that ball away. That's going to be a flag, of course, for roughing the passer. And just a wide open number 14 right here. Come on. What are we covering right now? If 14 is just that wide open, was there supposed to be a deep safety, a corner? What was going on there where he just ran past everyone? Kayvon Thibodeau gets flagged with a roughing the passer. Doesn't matter, though. I mean, it's a touchdown. They're going to take the touchdown. There you go. Decline it. Take the tutty. 31-45. Play action. Roll out to that left. Avoid any rushers. Now, 3rd and 9. No good. Grant Delpit with the sack. Loss of 2. Even though he was outside the pocket. 1st and 10 now. Come on. Play action. I mean, they're going to try and dump it down to Edwards-Helaire. And Helaire apparently just runs through a tackle right there at the legs. 2nd and 3. Come on. Let's get the stop right now. That's going to be Helaire running free. And curious decision right now from Andy Reid to be running the ball with Clyde Edwards-Helaire down by 2 scores. Now here we go. Mahomes dropping back. Hits his running back again. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets tackled here in bounds. So the clock keeps going. 5:50 left here in the game. End zone shot. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek Hill on the receiving touchdown right there. And back to Philadelphia. 3:51 left. 2nd and 6. Handoff Sanders. And Sanders, slips through a tackle. Ends up with the first down. $1.76 and a touchdown for Sanders on 32 carries. He's had himself a day. 2nd and 3 now for Philadelphia's Miles Sanders. Makes a man miss. Looking real silly. Minute 47 left. Chiefs have no timeouts remaining. And Miles Sanders, he works his way into that end zone right there. It wasn't an easy one. Wasn't a clean run. But hey, he got into the end zone. Put 7 on the board. Making this a 52-38 ball game. That can be game right there if the Chiefs have anything, don't have anything to answer back with that. Going deep, Avante gets Maddox by Tyreek Hill, taken down at the 9. Of course, play action Mahomes, wide open receiver, of course. It's going to be Duvernay right there, Duvernay. After Philadelphia gets the ball back, they run out the clock. Andy Reid's team cannot stop it. It's a shootout here in Week 1. 45-52 the final score is against the Kansas City Chiefs. Philadelphia, Spencer Rattler get the W here. Andy Reid the last couple years not doing super great against his assistant coaches or even assists of former players. Andy Reid's always been super great in his career against former coaches. But Deuce Staley just seems to have Andy Reid's number. Big surprise right there for, probably Big Red himself, that one of his former associates can beat him in a game. Now Rattler, 420 yards, 228 from Sanders, $135 from Stoll, $109 from Jameson Williams, and Rager had 86, Devontae 59, 2 sacks allowed, 9 tackles from Davion, 2 tackles for loss from Fletch, 1 interception from Greedy Williams. Special teams doing their thing as they always do. Special teams one of the great units on this team. And after the game, Miles Sanders talked about how much fun he had. They had a great game, fantastic game. He had 200. Rattler had 400. No turnovers for the offense, which is great. Offensive lineman got 4,500 XP for how good they did. And outside of that, look at that. Spencer Rattler picked up a Player of the Week award here in Week 1. You'll love to see that. He's getting +2 to break sack right there. Remember, get +2 to any non-cheesy, stat. So no throw power, no speed, no acceleration, nothing like that. No agility. Maybe agility. I don't know. But talk about the quarterback, how he did, and we're gonna talk about stopping Russell Wilson because taking on the Seahawks, you gotta stop Russell Wilson. We're gonna get +3 to man and zone coverage. So both teams 1-0. Cowboys also 1-0. You hate to see that. Everyone else is 0-1 in the division. Russell Wilson now on 89 overall. And this year, the universe does not decide to go to the Denver Broncos. And Brooks right here. Best defensive player right there. We're gonna run all over him. That's what you gotta do. You got Wilson. You got Brooks. That's all you need apparently for Seattle. Probably still no O-line here for the Seattle Seahawks, which is gonna be pretty fun. I feel like get some free shots at Russell Wilson because Seahawks don't like investing in keeping their QB safe. Maybe in real life with Drew Lock, a guy that can't probably run as well as Russell Wilson, maybe they're like, hey, we need to actually invest in the O-line now, because Drew Lock can't run for 12 years. And just avoid sacks and do everything Russell Wilson could do because he's not Russell Wilson. I know, right? Very weird thing to consider. But no. That won't happen, will it? Definitely won't happen. It's like when the Seahawks traded the best offensive lineman, was it Dwayne Brown? Dwayne Brown was a Seahawk, then became a Texan, or was it the other way around? They acquired Dwayne Brown. I don't know. They had a really good offensive lineman, then they traded him, and then Eagles ended up with Brandon Brooks from the Texans, and I think Dwayne Brown was a Texan as alongside Brandon Brooks, and they ended up letting one walk and they traded the other. Absolutely crazy that you just don't have any offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they still do have DK Metcalf. DK hasn't been a free agent yet, so we haven't been able to pick him up, which is unfortunate. I mean, hopefully the Eagles can try to trade for him, maybe. It'd be pretty wild if the Eagles could end up with DK Metcalf, even though it'd probably be a waste of a draft pick, because Philadelphia's offense is not built around the passing game. Philadelphia's passing game is definitely lackluster, to say the least, or to say the best. And you gotta think, what is their strongest suit? It's running the ball. Their quarterback's not the greatest thrower. He can't read defense as great, and they're going to be forced to do a lot of running. Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott, those guys, even Jalen Hurts is going to do a lot of running. But it is what it is as Philadelphia holds out to get a very narrow 23-21 victory. You're not quite as a shootout as the previous week, but hey, not every week should be a 50-45 shutout, just extravaganza. Plain and simple, it's not how it should probably be every week. But Rattler, 1-1 for touchdowns and interceptions. 78 from Sanders. 61 from Rager led the team. Devontae had a touchdown, which is nice for him. 3 sacks allowed. 7 tackles led the team. 1 tackle for loss from a couple people. 2 sacks led the team. Okay. 2 interceptions, 1 from Catalan, 1 from Noah Sewell. And special teams did their special teams business, as always, just because we have one of the best special teams units in the league. Now, after the game, we're talking about how we held Russell Wilson in check, did what we had to do to get the victory. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, comment down below what you think of the episode. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to upload twice a week of content. And until next time on YouTube, though, peace out, rock on, subscribe, and have yourselves a great